Morning, everybody. Welcome to my first live stream here, and I just want to get right into it. So, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name's Josh, and I also go as Blue Sky 3. And if you're returning, thank you guys so much for being in here. Today, I want to get into some of the places that I've been and some of the places that I want to go. As you guys know, in this channel, I kind of started as doing some shopping, but also going to some cities, experiencing some places locally, and just going from there. So, but I want to get into some of the places that I'd like to visit, but some of the top 10 places that I've been, and see where you guys have been, what you guys recommend. My plan is to kind of turn this channel basically into a travel vlog at some point. And that's really ultimately where I want to head with this channel. So let's get right into it. So the first place, the number one, why don't I start with, yeah, I'll just go with number one. So Cabo San Lucas. That was the first place I've been the number one place I think I've been. Now, you guys know experiences are a huge part of where we go. It's not always just about the destination or the views or any of that, but a lot of it has to do with the experiences that we have at these places. What I loved about Cabo, yeah, the location was awesome. The views were just awesome. I mean, looking at the Sea of Cortez, taking a trip over to the other side, onto the Pacific Ocean side, and that water over there was crazy dangerous. We didn't go to the water, but we did rent some four wheelers, and we took those down this to this valley, and which was, I mean, we had like a 20-minute tutorial on how to drive these four wheelers. I hadn't been on one since I was a kid, but I was at a point where I was like, you know what, I want to try this. So I ended up going down there, going maxing out the speed at like 66 miles an hour, and crazy. And I mean, to a point where it was like I was in my mid 20s, and if I was to go out there and do that now, I wouldn't try to max out the speed. I mean, it was bumpy, it was dusty, it was fun. I mean, I had a great time there. Uh, I ended up going up to the top of this mountaintop, and then I didn't know how to put it in reverse, so I ended up kind of just putting my foot down, and luckily I kind of did start to fall off, uh, but luckily I was able to get my balance and go back down straight forward. But man, it's those experiences that we remember, and going to these places. Yeah, it's fun, it's exciting, it's new a lot of times, but it's those experiences. Another thing that I did while I was on that trip was scuba dive. It wasn't scuba dive, actually, it was just snorkeling. But we took a booze cruise out there. We went out on a regular like pirate ship, and we took the ship out there, and basically they took us to kind of like a sandbar in the Sea of Cortez. And man, that was awesome, memorable. I was actually pretty nervous to jump in because we had to kind of jump off the side, and we were like 10 to 12 feet up over the water, and we kind of just had to kind of just cross our arms and just fall backwards and fall into the water, which I did it. We had to swim over to a little area, and then I remember the one of the guides saying, feeding the fish and saying, "Here, sharky, sharky." And then I was like, "Man, is he serious? Are there sharks here?" And the other guide was like, "No, he's just messing around." But but yeah, that was memorable, and those were the two kind of things that I did there that really were memorable. If I was to go back, I would probably do the Arch Rock. I think they call it Lovers Beach, and that's when it's low tide. There's a beach there. When it's high tide, the water goes up. You can't use it as a beach, but you can take a boat there, and you can be there during the day. And if I was to go back, I'd definitely recommend that. So Number two on my list would probably be the state of Colorado. I spent about a month with a friend in Boulder when I was in my early 20s. I did a lot of walking in Boulder, but we did take a road trip. We spent a day in Denver, went to a Rockies game. That was fun. The people there are really, really nice people. But we took a road trip down to Garden of the Gods in Colorado Springs, and man, that was memorable. I remember going up, ignoring a sign that said "Don't climb this, do not enter." We did it anyway. We climbed to the top, my buddy and I. And hey, Kaisley, welcome to the channel. And yeah, we went up anyway, climbed up to the top, and it seemed like it was maybe like 50 to 100 feet climb to the top, and it wasn't a terrible climb. But once we got to that top and looked down, I mean, it was probably 300 feet to the ground. So man, um, it was kind of scary. I got a little bit close, a little closer to the edge than I would have liked. But man, it was fun, and that was one of the things that I remember most about that trip to Colorado. And if I was to go back, I would probably do Pikes Peak, and I would probably do the ride down, the de-escalation, the you can rent a bike and you can go down. So you ride to the top, and then you get a ride to the top, and then you ride the bike down Pikes Peak. So I think I would do that. If I was at the same time, I would do the Manitou Incline, and I don't remember the exact amount of steps. I want to say it's like 2,000 or 3,000 steps, but a lot of steps. But it takes you to this peak, and you can. It's got this awesome overlook, but it's all steps. It's all old. Looks like railroad ties. The longest steps, the highest steps I've ever been up was like 212 steps, and that was at Mackinac Island, Michigan, and at Arch Rock there, and it's 212 steps. My legs are burning after like 200, so I can't imagine doing 2,000 or however many that is. But if I was to go back, I would probably do that. And so Colorado, in general, there's just a lot of fun stuff to do there. So um, if I went back, those are the couple things that I would want to do. I just like being in the Rocky Mountains in general. I love water, so I do like oceans, but there's something about mountains that I'm always drawn to. And being in Michigan, there's not much of that. Unless you go up north, it's pretty flat. But that's local. I do some local things around where I am in the southern part of Michigan, but I do like to go up north. I'm taking a trip up to Traverse City area. I'm going to do Sleeping Bear Dunes next month, and I'm going to take a video of that, so stay tuned for that video. I've always wanted to take a trip up to northern Michigan during fall peak color change season, and I had an opportunity to do that. So it's only going to be a 2-day thing, but I'm going to go M22, go around the peninsula up there, and yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. So number three on my list, I guess, would be Mackinac Island. Mackinac is somewhere that I love to go. I've only been up there twice. Usually stay in Mackinac City. Uh, I love to take the ferry over. We went to the Grand Hotel. We took a tour of that. It was a self-guided tour, but it's got the Hall of History there. Really cool. The movie Somewhere in Time with Christopher Reeve was filmed there. Jane Seymour was in that as well. But that was just a really cool place to visit, the Grand Hotel. But we did Arch Rock. We rented a bike. We did that. I would have liked to have rode around the whole island, which I did when I was in my 20s, but we just didn't have time. Plus, we had already walked like 4 or 5 miles to that point, and we had another 4 or 5 miles to walk. So, man, I was beat. Um, but yeah, if I was to go back, I would definitely, we did the butterfly house too. So, but if I was to go back, I would do more of the state park, Mackinac Island State Park. Do a little hiking in there and ride the bike around the island. But what's cool about Mackinac Island is there's no cars allowed. There never has been. And it's one of the only places, if not the only place, that doesn't allow automobiles or anything gas powered on the streets. So it's really pretty cool. It's like stepping back in time. You got horse and buggies. You can, like I said, you can bike, you can walk, and that's how you get around there. But it's only got a 8 mile circumference, so it's not like it's a huge island. But it's just quiet, and if you can get kind of over away from the touristy spot, it's kind of quiet and it's kind of peaceful, and I highly recommend Mackinac Island. So that's third on my list. Um, there's other places that I've been to that I would definitely want to go back to, and that would be Animal Kingdom down in Disney. I loved going to Animal Kingdom. We went in there. I haven't been there in 25 years, so I'm sure things have changed. But I remember A Bug's Life in the Tree of Life, and it was this 3D show, very interactive. They had steam coming out of the back of the seats, and that was really pretty cool. I would definitely recommend Animal Kingdom. Did a safari there. It was like a 45-minute ride. I learned that actually the Jeeps that they used for those tours were built in Michigan, in Detroit. So I thought that was pretty cool. Detroit connection, Detroit tie. And if you guys are following me, you guys know that I'm in the Michigan area. So I'm starting out doing Michigan tours, but my goal eventually is to expand out and go to other places, make videos and content for these other places. And as I build the channel and grow, those are the places that I'd like to go. Recently, if you guys have seen my Toledo video, the Toledo Botanical Gardens is a really awesome place. Um, I recommend that. It's free. That's one awesome thing, but it's got we probably walked about a mile or two while we were in there, but lots of very cool gardens, um, and um, and yeah, so that was a surprise. I wasn't expecting that. A nice gift shop, just nice paths and things like that. A play structure, like a wooden play structure for the kids, and that was awesome. So Meyer Gardens, that was another place that I went to earlier this summer that I had never been to. Meyer Gardens in Grand Rapids, awesome place. They've got, like I said, they've also got a kid area. They have a Japanese gardens. They've got what else? You can take a tram now, in which we did that because we were actually walking a lot that day. So we did the tram. It's an extra cost, but it kind of takes you around the gardens, and you don't have to walk it as much. But that was really cool, and I would recommend that. Um, Locally, Kensington Metro Park is a park that I go to quite frequently. That is something that is they got two swimming beaches on Kent Lake. They've got a petting farm. They've got a nature center. They've got 8 miles of trails around the nature center. It's actually four trails of around two miles each. Very fun place. You can rent boats. You can golf. You can kayak. You can do. I mean, they've got everything there, and I recommend that if you're in the southeast Michigan area. Some other places that I'd like to go would be Yosemite. I'd love to go out to Yosemite one day, make a video there. Um, Grand Canyon, I've never been, so I'd love to go there and make a video of that. I already mentioned Manitou Incline. That's one that I would definitely want to do in Colorado. Um, I want to go to Columbus, Indiana. It's kind of like it's small. It's a small place. Probably no one's ever heard of it. When you think Columbus, you think of Ohio. But I saw this movie in 2019 called Columbus, and that movie resonated with me so much. It's got John Cho in it, and it just I resonated with that movie. I always thought it was Columbus, Ohio. In the last few months, I looked it up again, and it was Columbus, Indiana, and they actually have an inn there that I'd like to stay at. I'd like to go to some of the places that were in that movie, the library, and it's just a cool architectural area. I guess it was the mecca of modern architecture, mid-century. So I'd love to go there one day and film there. Grand Tetons would be another one in Wyoming that I would love to go visit. And so those are some of the places I've been. Oh, that I would want to go. But one of the places I've been, and I've been there 3 times, is Las Vegas. Um, I stayed at the Polo Towers the first time. A friend of mine had a place there. We stayed at the Paris Hotel and on the Strip, and that I recommend that. Paris is a very nice place, and it's very quiet. It's quieter than a lot of the other places, and the price was good too. We went in September, and it was kind of like peak season, not a little off peak season, so the prices were good. And then we also stayed at the Golden Nugget, and that was on Fremont Street. Again, I recommend that. We were there when it was like 117 degrees in early July. Um, and so it was like, man, I was thankful that we were on Fremont Street because we had that overhang, and we're able to go out and not, at least we didn't have to compete with the sun, because man, we were dehydrated quick being out in that heat. So but those are some of the places I've been. If you guys check out some of my other videos, please put down in the comments some of the places you want to check out. I've got the community tab as well, where I'll post some things. I'm glad you guys are here. Like I said, please like and subscribe. Check out some other videos. Hype my channel. There's a little hype button. If you like, you can scroll over and hit hype. You can hype up to 3 videos, and for free, and per month, I think it is. So yeah, that's where we're at. So thank you guys for joining me on this first live stream. There's going to be many more coming up. So have a great day, everybody, and we'll talk to you on the next one.